What's going on, everybody? UCF Jaguar here with GenJag.com, and yesterday the Jaguars put an absolute ass whooping on the Baltimore Ravens, beating them by a final score of 44-7. So today I want to get an extended little recap going on and let you guys know what I saw after rewatching the game film. So let's get it.
It's a foot race. Robinson and Browner, and it's Robinson who wins it. Touchdown, Jacksonville. His 14th win. Bortles with top, looking deep for Robinson.
So I'm not going to lie to you guys, in all my years of watching Jaguars football, this is probably the greatest performance I've ever seen the Jaguars put on, just because they were firing from literally all aspects of the ball. Now, you have to give me a little bit of a pass just because I am a younger Jaguar fan. I'm literally like the same age as the Jaguars. So when the Jaguars made that whole 99 run, I was only like 5 years old. So I don't really remember any of the times back then. I started really following Jags football in like 2006. But just this game that they put together was phenomenal. I couldn't believe it. And one big difference about this Ravens game compared to the Houston Texans game is that just the quarterback play mainly. I mean, in the Houston Texans game, Blake Bortles went like 11 for 21 or something like that, 120 yards. But in this Ravens game, he went off for like 20 for 31, getting 244 yards and 4 passing touchdowns. So the quarterback play was definitely a lot more encouraging, but also the quarterback on the other side of the ball. When we played against Houston, we played against a statue in the first half with Tom Savage. In the second half, we played against a rookie playing his very first game when he wasn't even getting first-string reps during practice. So the fact that, when we play the Ravens, we play against literally a Super Bowl winning quarterback, a guy that's been the starting quarterback over there for at least 8 years. Just a guy that's been a proven good quarterback. And this is a guy, we shut Joe Flacco down to get 8 out of 18 completions, 28 yards. The dude got 28 yards passing. 2 interceptions. 28 yards passing. The Jaguars scored more points than this dude had freaking passing. It was seriously unbelievable. And I'm not going to sit here and say the Jaguars are the best defense in the NFL just because I don't pay attention to all the other teams like I do the Jaguars, and I haven't watched every team play and stuff like that, but I challenge somebody to find a team that's played better than the Jaguars have so far this season. The first game, they get like 10 sacks, they get multiple turnovers. The second game, obviously, they let up a little bit in the second half after the offenses kind of in that performance. But in the first, the 3 quarters, the score was like they only let up like 9 points go. And then this last game, this last touchdown was a Ryan Mallett touchdown against our backups. This defense basically shut out the Ravens. I just couldn't believe what I was watching. I am just used to, ever since all of high school, all of college, the Jaguars have freaking sucked. All of college, this team has had double-digit losses. So it's like, I come out here and see these games, I'm just like, holy shit, like what is going on? When it comes to our D-line is fantastic. Now, if Dante Fowler can keep improving and just keep working on himself, I mean, if he can be that great elite pass rusher, this line could be the best defensive line in the NFL. And I go back through it, and I honestly think that we had the best cornerback tandem in the league with Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Boye. Those guys are shut down dudes. Those guys don't really let anything past them. I mean, this last game, Joe Flacco, they held him to 28 passing yards. And then our linebackers, Telvin Smith, Paul Posluszny, and Miles Jack. I love our freaking nickel look with Telvin Smith and Miles Jack. Those guys are super speedy. Those guys are super physical. And our back 2 safeties, they play great too. Barry Church and Tashawn Gibson. Literally, our defense is connecting, and our defense is like exploding to their full potential. I mean, I remember before the season started, I was sitting here like, this could be a great defense, but me being having losing records with the Jaguars since I was like 13 years old, it was hard for me to say, we're going to have, elite top 5 defense. But right now, what I'm seeing, this defense is mean, this defense is nasty, this defense is physical, and this defense is full of damn savages, man. This team does not give a shit. They will spit on you and step on you while you're on the dirt. Doug Marrone, our head coach, is a freaking badass. He's out here calling freaking fake punts out here when we're up like 37-0. Like, this team is freaking nasty, and I'm sitting here like, what could be our ceiling right now? You look around the NFL and there's only 2 undefeated teams in the NFL right now. And it just seems like there's no real like super elite team besides the Chiefs look very, very good with Andy Reid and all he's doing. But besides them, the Patriots, their defense is sketchy as hell. It looks like paper mache out there. But when you look around the league, it's like we have such a high ceiling, but obviously we will rise and fall with Blake Bortles. Now, Blake Bortles played a great game, this last Sunday. Now, we really hope that he can build on that. But I was sitting here thinking, we all know Blake Bortles for his turnovers and his interceptions, and I've been a big supporter, and I kind of fell off of him in the preseason. I was even kind of critical of him in his first 2 weeks. But when you look at this dude under Doug Marrone dating back into the 2016 season, we all know 2016 was a train wreck. We sucked. It was such a disappointment. We thought we were going to be so great. But, Blake Bortles, for example, he had a terrible year in 2016. His last 2 games under Doug Marrone, they went 1-1. He had no turnovers. He didn't throw an interception. And these first 3 games, he only has 1 game with turnovers. So 4 out of 5 games under Doug Marrone, Blake Bortles has not thrown an interception. And that is key. Our offensive game plan is to not give up stupid, turnovers. And if, we can keep taking care of the ball, keep pounding the rock with LF27, oh man, this offense is going to be, it could be really good. I really liked the play calling this game. I thought they did an extremely well job of, for example, getting a tight end involved. I had said last week, I was sitting here like, guys, we need a red zone threat. We have nobody. We have Mercedes Lewis. We have anybody other than him big that we can really get the ball to. But this game, we used that red zone threat in Mercedes Lewis, and he got 3 touchdown passes. He got 3 touchdown catches. Mercedes, we've obviously seen him his whole career. We know what he can do. We've seen his shortfalls, but man, if we can just keep utilizing him a little bit more. I loved how we were getting Corey Grant involved. We've gotten really, I was sitting here it was hard for me to tell you guys how I would use Corey Grant. I think he's a good speed kind of dude, but it's just hard. I can't draw plays or anything, but I think it's really impressive the way they're able to really get him involved. And it really shows how much the coaches like him because TJ Yeldon was a healthy scratch. This dude, Corey Grant, has jumped TJ Yeldon in that depth chart. But when we go back to Blake Bortles, let's just talk about the game last week because obviously he didn't really have a very good week last week, but I was out here saying that, I put about half the blame on him, but also I put definitely another half of the blame on all those stupid penalties that we were getting to start off all drives. Like, one of the worst situations that you can put any quarterback in, whether it's Blake Bortles or Drew Brees, you can't just force them into obvious passing situations. And that's what you call 2nd and 20. 3rd and 18. Those kind of things are obvious passing situations, and it's just setting your quarterback and setting your team up for disaster. But this game, I will say that we had a little bit more penalties than I was comfortable with. I think we had like 8 or 9 penalties for like 80 or 90 yards or something like that. I forget what the stat book said, but we got to clean those up. But that was really the only negative I took out of this game. I like to sit here and, tell you guys the positives and also tell you guys the negatives just so, I can be a good information news provider, whatever you want to call me, just some kind of analyst. But I don't really, some of the penalties were really the only negative I saw. Our offensive line was getting pushed. Wide receivers, we were spreading the ball around to Marquise Lee, Allen Hurns, Keelan Cole. This team that we played was supposed to be like the top defense. Ravens fans were just as cocky as Houston Texans fans about this game week 1. But Jaguars came in there and we waxed that ass, man. We freaking put our foot down. We didn't let up. Doug Marrone is savage as hell, going for a fake punt. Oh man, it was so much fun to watch this game. Week 1 was fun to watch. Week 3 was fun to watch. Week 2 sucked. I was at that game. Wasn't very fun, but man, just seeing this whole offense, you saw they never got any momentum going at all, the Ravens. The defense just shut them out, kept getting 3 and outs. I remember Spencer Ware, I think, Ware is his last name, I believe. Or West, no, Terrence West is what he is. Terrence West, I remember, was running, and then like he gained like 8 or 9 yards, and he's all like, he's all like trying to get the crowd pumped up. Very next play, he gets stripped, and then we turn the ball over, and like we get the ball at like the 5-yard line. So just keep looking. We keep finding these like complete games. Doug Marrone, huge hats off to him. This guy knows how to coach a team, man. This guy is unbelievable. I really like him. Obviously, we looked bad in the preseason, which was weird, but it almost looks like maybe it was a case of dead legs because our training camp was so freaking hard, and a bunch of players were kind of complaining about it. But look what's happened out of that. We become a tough team. We become a team that knows how to win. Like, Jaguars we're 2-1. We haven't been 2-1 since I think like 2006 or 2007. Like, it's been a freaking terrible drought. It's been a terrible time to be like a young Jags fan like me. I mean, it's not even with me. Like, you have 14, 15-year-old kids out there that don't even know what it's like for this team to win. So, what a great game by the Jaguars. Let's keep on. We have a chance to go 3-1 as we face off against the New York Jets. Shout out Jets Central. Your team is going down. But it's, man, really just brings a lot of new life and energy into Jacksonville, into this fan base. I am just super pumped to see how this season plays out. And let's go for that AFC South crown, baby. But with all that said, this is UCF Jaguar with JenJack.com, and I'm out.